expecting that those infertility things can come this early also in life. Take advice with psychologists also. There is no issue in taking help. It may produce 6 or 7 eggs. It may produce 4 or 5 eggs.
Thank you for coming and joining us. SubhagTTC, welcomes you very warmly. You are a warrior, you're a mother, you are a travel enthusiast. And as you said, you started your vlog with doing makeup. So a lot of interest areas. And very few people, I'm sure, talk about their journey. And you're one such person who is willing to share her knowledge and the journey that you've been through in order to inspire people. So we welcome you. And today I'm going to give over this platform to you so that you speak about how your infertility journey was, what you went through, and more people will look at this video and get inspired.
Talking about infertility, it was always in my head that I'm going to have issue in getting pregnant and all. So even in my courtship period, I used to tell my husband, I have this problem, PCOD and all. So we must be having a problem in getting pregnant in future. So we should think about it early in our married life whenever we get married. And after 6 months of my married life, we thought about it. We were not that ready for the kids and all, but still we thought that we should go to a gynecologist and get my checkup done. So now, not after 6 months, but 7-8 months, after 7-8 months. So we went to gynecologist, and then I was very young that time. So I was not expecting that those infertility things can come this early also in life, because people nowadays are thinking about this pregnancy thing after 30, 35. Sometimes they're getting married late in life and then thinking about the kids after 5 years and 6 years. So listening about the infertility thing at 23 was a big this thing for me. So I clearly asked them, do I need a treatment or anything like that, or I can get pregnant naturally? So they told me that I was not ovulating at all. So getting pregnant naturally was almost impossible for me. So though IVF or IUI, I didn't go through that process, but ovulation induction was done in both my pregnancies. And I've tried for getting naturally pregnant for 4-5 months before my both pregnancies, but it was not possible for me to get pregnant without ovulation induction. So yeah, that time is obviously stressful when you go to hospital every day and you're getting checked. The follicular monitoring is done on day 2, and then day 5, and then to 7, 8, 9, and then 12, and then they give us a injection, this thing for ovulation eruption, and then they tell us to get intimate in those 3 days or 4 days, and then to wait for a whole month to get the result. It is a very stressful process. And then that ovulation induction, it itself is a hormonal thing, hormonal tablets you are taking, hormonal injections sometimes to enlarge the size. We get the injections. And then for my endometrium line, that was very thin. It should be around 6 to 7 to hold the baby. It was around 2.7. So I was getting injections for those also. I was getting injections for my eggs to get in large size up to 12 or 14 days so that it can get, fertilized, because you need 18 or 20 egg up to 14th day, I guess, to get it fertilized. So it was a painful process indeed, and you need support from your family members. And there are a lot of subscribers, even today and yesterday also, they keep commenting. Sometimes they tell me that my story or my YouTube videos help them. They get relief listening to my story, because I always tell in each and every YouTube video that never lose hopes, because when you lose hopes, then only the miracle happens. And this stress thing is actually the hindrance for the treatment, because during my first one I was very stressed, but in my second pregnancy. I was so busy with my kid, and doctor told me that that month it was not possible for me to get pregnant because the egg size was very small on 14th day. It was only 13 or 14. You need 18 or 20 of egg to get it fertilized. So I just left it, and we was trying naturally after the doctor said no, and I got pregnant that month only, first month of my. So it is what it is said that stress is actually a hindrance. You just need this thing to keep it calm, and things will get positive in life, and when it is when it has to happen, it will happen eventually.
How did you manage stress? A lot of people cannot.
Even I am not that patient, and I also keep stressing a lot. But as I told that during my second pregnancy, I got busy with my kids, and I got busy in the home, and I was taking care of my diet as my doctor told me to have a lot of salads, to include a lot of raw tomato because it has a lot of antioxidant. So I was doing that, and I was doing the home course, not the basic home course, but I was actually busy with my kid only. That today I was same yesterday. That thing only helped me.
Yes.
You have to keep yourself busy. Either it's home course, either it's your office jobs or anything. So you have to, do exercise. You have to eat a lot of salads and antioxidant rich diet, and or you can, take advice with the psychologist also. There is no issue in taking help with the, doctor if you are going through a lot of stress, because I have seen like in my family also that people go to a lot of mental health issue because of this thing, because it was taking long to get pregnant. So I've heard that a lot of things was going very bad mentally. So there is nothing wrong to take help with the doctor.
Exactly. For both your pregnancies, you had a little bit of a hiccup. The first one you were stressing over. The second one you were too busy with life that it happened by itself. Now, you suffered from PCOD and you were not even ovulating. Did you have any symptoms?
No, actually, before my marriage, there was I was having irregular periods. Okay. But after my marriage and especially after my first delivery, I'm getting my periods on time. But still, I have a lot of symptoms. Like I do have a beard thing, like unwanted hair under my chin, and my hair, like you can see this crown area, the hair is very thin, and right now I have already gained weight because in my second pregnancy, thyroid also came with my kid only. So I've gained a lot of weight. After my first pregnancy, there was not weight. I was not overweight. So yeah, like these are only the symptoms. You're overweight, you are gaining weight, and especially the lower abdomen and the thighs, they are very heavy. And acne, you can see if I am not wearing any makeup. Yes. So you can see. So these are only the symptoms. Now my periods are regular, but other things I have.
So you mentioned family. Do you have a history in the family about subfertility?
Yeah, my mother also told me, like earlier you don't used to go to doctors this frequent, like we are going and visiting and getting the routine test and all of that. But I was the first child of my mother. So my mother also conceived after 2.5 years, and at that time doctors used to do DNC and all of that things, to clear up the uterus and all of that. But the actual thing was with my mother also. She also used to have this irregular period. Sometimes it used to come on after 2 months, sometimes after 5 months. Like my mother told me, her courtship period was 5-6 months. So during her courtship period, she didn't get a period at all. Wow. So there was issue with my mother's this thing also, and that passed on to me also, I guess.
Well, lucky that you were able to solve it without too much of intervention, invasive intervention.
Yeah, totally good.
And you also mentioned about mental health. Now, a lot of people, they're hesitant to approach a mental health doctor because of stigma. And I'm so glad you brought it up, because without help, you really cannot deal with or understand or process a lot of emotions. Tell me about the support that you received from your family.
Actually, during my first one, I didn't tell a lot of people about it. So it really helped me that time. But during my second one, my family, like my side family, was aware of it, and they were like already telling me why to go for a second child. Just you already have a son, so what is the need of second child and all of that, and getting the treatment again, and all those things. So yeah, if you're not telling people about it and you're telling, okay, we'll think and all of that, and you get the treatment, and I guess that is a better thing, because then a lot of people just jump into the pool and they'll make the thing good. So it's better just keep it with the husband and wife only, and then when it happens, then open up later. Because even my father used to tell me, why you want second child and all of that. So it's better just keep up to you. That's what I feel.
It's very important that you mentioned your age, because when we talk about subfertility, everybody automatically assumes it happens to older women only. But here you are, 23 years of age, married, so healthy, except for this problem. Tell us about ovulation induction that you went through. Is that a process that you have to go through when you have PCOD, or is it only in your case?
No, I guess it's a fertility treatment. It's not that only the PCOD patient will get it done, but it is a process like on day 2 of your periods, the doctor will give us a tablet for ovulation. Like that tablet will produce eggs in our ovaries. Okay, then it may produce 6 or 7 eggs, it may produce 4 or 5 eggs, it may produce 2 eggs, sometimes 1 egg, sometimes multiple eggs you can produce. So that tablet you have to take 5 days. Okay. Suppose I am taking from second day of my cycle to 7th day of my cycle, and then 7th day of my cycle, the doctor will call me to get my follicular monitoring done. So I will go through a TVS ultrasound, and they will check if the eggs are produced or not, and then they will take an estimate of the size of eggs. Then they give us, like during my first pregnancy, they gave me the medicine to enlarge the size of my egg also, because it was so small that when it will go up to 14th day, it will not be the size of 18 or 20 mm. So on day 7, when my follicular monitoring was done, the size was so small that they gave another medicine for 3 days to enlarge the egg size. Then again on day 9, they called me and checked my egg size. Again, it was very small, so they gave me 3 days, 2 days or 3 days injections to enlarge that size, so that it get up to 18 mm or 20 mm on day 14th of my cycle. So then again day 14th, they will call us and they will give us another injection to that that egg will rupture. So on day 14th, I get some HCG or some injection is there. They give us that. So when they give us that injection, so another 36 to 48 hours, it will get ruptured and you can get pregnant. Like you have to intimate. They will give us a time slot of 3 days, suppose, and then you have to get intimate in those 3 days if you are trying naturally. Like during my treatment, they told us to get this thing involved naturally only. So after that, for day 14, you have to take rest, like for next 15 days, and they will give some progesterone medicine and all, so that if the pregnancy happens, the baby will, it will be in bubble, and the pregnancy will stay. And then after a month, you have to check whether you got pregnant.
Did you go through many months of those cycles, or just once or twice?
During my first pregnancy, I went through 2 cycles of treatment.
Okay.
And, during my second one, I went through 1 cycle.
So you're very lucky in many ways that it didn't reach till IUI or IVF, that it happened.
Agree.
Obviously,
that next cycle we will go through this IUI thing and all. So even during my second pregnancy also, when doctor told me then that we will get it done in next cycle, IUI will go for the IUI thing in next cycle. So my husband also took a back step that then it's okay, we'll keep 1 baby only. Why to go through this pain and treatment? It's okay, we'll take 1. But I was lucky that my second one happened earlier.